Hi, welcome back. So in this session, we are going to discuss about Kubernetes demand set. So what is demand set? In previous classes, we have discussed about what is Kubernetes and Kubernetes installation and how to create a pod, how to create a namespace, how to create a service, how to create a with load balancer type, how to create with node port. So now we are going to discuss about demand set. So before going to this, as I stated, we have created our GitHub ID, Cloud and Loud. And for this Kubernetes training, you can stick with Kubernetes _admin _ training. And for this class, you can refer class 10-demand set folder. So this folder will have all the information. Let's go inside. First of all, let me open both in a different window. And what is demand set? So basically, demand set can improve performance of Kubernetes cluster by distributing maintenance task. Okay, say monitoring or logging purpose across all nodes. Okay, and mostly this demand set logic will be applicable for monitoring and log collection. Let me give you a simple example. Suppose you have the master, you have a lot of worker nodes. Let's go with the two node concept, but in your production you may have a huge number of worker nodes. This is worker node 1, this is worker node 2. Okay, suppose you have some application, okay, or you have some requirement, right? In that application containers, each worker node you want to you are expecting to have only one. Here one and here one. So if you have a 300 worker nodes, so your expectation is to run each worker node one single part. So those kind of a situation also demand set will be really useful. And sometimes you need to deploy some monitoring agent, you need to deploy some governance in each part. Whenever you, even once you design demand set, you forget it. Whenever you add any new worker node, automatically this has to get, if that is the expectation, then demand set will be a very crucial for you. Okay, let's go with step-by-step hands-on. Okay, and as I said in previous session, we should have 3 node setup. Already we are seeing all the hands-on previous classes. So this is my master node, this is my worker node 1, this is my worker node 2. To do this exercise better, you also create one more worker node 3, but you should have this worker node joined in cluster, this worker node also joined in cluster. This you create a new machine and install all the packages as we discussed in class 3 installation, Kubernetes installation. So everything is installed, but don't add it in Kubernetes cluster. This is the setup. You need to have it before we start this session. So let me show you what lab I have. If you go to my Google Cloud, say for example, I have a master, I have a node 1, worker node 1, worker node 2, worker node 3. What I did is I added node 1, worker node 1 to master. I added worker node 2 to master. I created and installed all the packages, but I haven't added to the cluster. So this is a setup I already created. So let's go inside. Okay, so go to this and you have existing 3 node Kubernetes setup, 1 master, 2 worker node. From master, run this command and ensure all are in ready state. Let's go here. See, kubectl get nodes. So as I said, we have the master ready state and node 1, worker node 1 ready state, worker node 2 ready state, right? So now what I'm going to do is we are going to perform couple of another commands. Okay, and I'm going for this sample YAML file also created daemon set. Let's go inside. What is there? So the API version is app version 1, and the resource kind is daemon set, and name I'm going to give it as a Nginx. Come down. If you go down, the container what we are going to create is Nginx, right? Say for example, you have some custom image where you already created a custom image with all your governance, logging governance, and monitoring governance, and created as a custom image. And you are expecting whenever I add, say this week I am adding 200 worker nodes. So, but I cannot keep remember to put all the governance, everything, right? So the moment you planned, designed in demand side, whenever you add new thing into the cluster, automatically each worker node also will be deployed. This container will be deployed. So we will see how we can do this. Let's go here. So kubectl get nodes and go to the steps, come down, kubectl get all. So run this command also, ensure so there is nothing inside apart from this. So go here. So there is a YAML file which we seen, right? So copy this and apply. If you want, you can download, and the same kubectl space apply space -f space this YAML file. Or if you want to apply directly, then as we seen in the previous classes, better go with the GitHub raw URL. So we are copying it, but before apply this, okay, better go to the Google Cloud or whatever. So open your master in another PuTTY window. If you are connecting your lab through PuTTY or MobaXstream, better you open master in two window concept. So these are all will make sure you are getting the correct idea what exactly you are doing in this lab. Let's wait for some time. So we are going to apply, but before apply, I want everyone to run this command, right? Okay, so I am switching over to the root. Watch -n, okay, every 1 second. I want to run this. As I said in previous classes, go with the extended output. So now everything is fine. So we are going to apply. Okay, immediately come here. See here, there is a container is creating, right? See, it's running, right? So one container created node 1, another container created node 2, right? Because we have two worker node concept, worker node 1, worker node 2. This is worker node 1, this is worker node 2, this is master, right? So the moment we deployed container using daemon set resource, automatically each node, one part created. In each part, the necessary Nginx container is created. So you can expand the your logic in one by one. If you are really expecting to apply governance, then governance you no need to apply in every pod level, right? But whenever you add any physical host as a worker node, the all your standard procedures has to be applied, right? So in that case, daemon set is very crucial, right? So I'm going for clearing it out. Now we will go one by one. As I said, we have another machine. Okay, we have another machine, node 3. Okay, node 3, and this machine we never added to the cluster. If you want, you can check it. kubectl get nodes, right? So only master and node 1 and node 2, right? So what we can do is, you remember, we have executed Kube ADM join, but we don't know now. We forgot, right? So how do I get the token and the join credentials? So simply you run this command in your master, right? So you will get like this, okay? Automatically copy this and go to your node 3 and try to execute it. The moment you try to execute, also in your window, okay, if you want, you can run this kubectl get nodes, right? Also, you don't stop this command output, because we need to see it parallelly. See here, right now, two node 1, node 2, two worker node. So it's showing 2, right? So the moment we join, right? So let us open one more window also if required. So I will show you in a better way. So we opened another master window, another putty window. So I'm logging as a root. So in this, better watch -n1 kubectl get nodes. This command also you can keep run. To verify, there is a one window, this command kubectl get all -o wide, and another window kubectl get nodes. Okay, now we are going to enter this. Let's see. The moment you entered, go here. See, node 3 is coming, and go here. The moment it shown added, it's ready. Then daemon set also will start deploy in the newly added worker node. So it completed. Let's wait for ready. See, automatically it is getting container creating. We didn't do anything. We just added to the existing Kubernetes cluster, but existing Kubernetes cluster, the daemon set we have deployed. So this is the major advantage in daemon set. So if you are expecting something has to be some of the application you want to run in each worker node one copy, right? You can use it for daemon set logic, or whenever you are adding, even if you forgot, automatically the standards has to be applied. Then daemon set will be really useful. See now, node 1, node 2, node 3, right? So the 3, even if you are removing one worker node, this will be keep on up to date. That is the real robust of daemon set, right? So go here. I'm going for the commands. So this is the simple explanation I have given. Okay, so better you open master node in two putty window. Okay, there is a worker node 1, worker node 2, and worker node 3 putty window. The worker node 3, the moment you add, before that you run watch command kubectl get all, you run watch command kubectl get nodes, so that you will have very good understanding what exactly, because you need to see the fraction of second there is a container is creating, not ready, now it's ready, right? Even if you run this command after a few minutes, you won't see the difference. So that is why I asked you to run like this. See, now it's running, but you have to, as a beginner, you need to see container is creating on the particular node one single copy, correct? Let's delete this. This is what I explained in this, the procedures, right? So stay tuned. We will see further topics. Thanks, everyone.